It's 11 days to the 7th December general election. Good morning. Welcome to the Starr Breakfast News. Coming up this morning, Sunon Asogli Power Ghana Limited resumes operations of its 560 megawatt power plant following release of funds by government to settle part of the outstanding debt. Meanwhile, IES blames the current energy challenges on misuse of dedicated energy funds. Also coming up, CATS International urges Ghanaians to report management of ECG to PURC over directive for users of Nurein prepaid meters to top up with at least 1 month's worth of credit. Still in this edition, MP for Northstone questions Strategies' credibility after release of 200-page report on National Cathedral project. We've got details of these stories coming up shortly, but first, let's remind you of our affiliate stations across the country.
Starr News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Zeps 95.9 FM in Zebila, Nissim 100.1 FM in Lamshao, MyStar Radio in the USA. Also live on Facebook on Starr 1035 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Starr 103.5 FM. Starr News. Informed, in depth, in touch.
Many thanks to you for choosing Starr News. I am Nurein. Abass. To begin the bulletin this morning, Sunon Asogli Power Limited has resumed operations of its 560 megawatt power plant following release of funds by government to settle part of the debt owed the independent power producer. The power plant was shut down in October 2024 due to the Electricity Company of Ghana's failure to settle overdue payments, leaving Sunon Asogli unable to sustain operations. At the time, the company reported a net receivable of $259 million owed by ECG as of September 2024. Despite refraining from invoicing ECG for idle capacity, Sunon Asogli revealed that the debt had grown by 23% between January and September this year. Meanwhile, the Institute for Energy Security blames the current energy crisis on mismanagement of energy funds by government. Here are excerpts of a statement from the energy think tank.
The Energy Sector Recovery Levy had been introduced in 2016 and generates about $650 million annually to clear legacy debts and stabilize the sector. However, proceeds have been misapplied through collateralization, leaving the sector saddled with over $2 billion in debt after 8 years, raising questions about accountability and the justification for collateralization. Power generation information was readily available on GRICO's website, providing transparent data on generation, export, and system conditions. In the past few years, publicly available data had been pulled down from GRICO's website to suppress information. Access to power system condition information is available to the public only through the back door.
Away from that, the Consumer Unity and Trust Society, CATS International, is urging Ghanaians to take their destiny into their hands and report management of the Electricity Company of Ghana to the Public Utility and Regulatory Commission. This follows ECG's warning of potential power supply interruptions for users of the Nurein prepaid meter. According to ECG, the disruption was due to an urgent upgrade of all STS metering systems. But CATS International says the directive is awkward. Apia Kusi Adumako is the West Africa Regional Director of CATS International.
Consumers should make a complaint to PURC and ask PURC to tell ECG that, look, it's not possible, it's not permitted in this country to tell people to stockpile energy for 1 month, and that based upon the data, if they go to statistical service, they can tell us how much money people earn in a day, and the average Ghanaian, the money that a person gets, what is the chances that the money can buy the whole credit that's required for the month. Mind you, energy tariffs have gone up, and so asking people to buy them in a month ahead, I think that you'll be asking too much from the people who don't have the deep pocket to do so.
Apia Kusi Edumako is the West Africa Regional Director of CAT International. This is Solar Breakfast News here on Star 103.5 FM. Now, the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Kujetu Ablakwa, has raised concerns about the credibility of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, SHRAJ, following the release of its 200-page report on the National Cathedral project. The report recommends the cancellation of the contract and the possible prosecution of the Board of Trustees. However, SHRAJ's report cleared the Secretary to the National Cathedral Board of Trustees, Reverend Victor Kusi Boatin, of allegations regarding the possession of dual passports under different names. Speaking to Starr News on the back of this, the lawmaker insisted that the SHRAJ report undermines their credibility. We apologize for that technical glitch. Let's bring you that soundbite now.
First, it is clear that the SHRAJ investigation points to the National Cathedral project lacking all the tenets of due process, of good corporate governance, the respect of the laws of our country. Indeed, SHRAJ is saying that the procurement laws were breached. SHRAJ is also confirming that the Central Tender Review Committee, their concurrent approval was not sought. SHRAJ is saying in this report that the award of the contract to Rebade was done illegally and that contract is illegal and is void ab initio. Indeed, SHRAJ is asking the Public Procurement Authority to move in quickly to cancel this contract. SHRAJ is also saying that this whole National Cathedral project smacks of corruption and corruption-related offenses because of the egregious violations of the procurement law of our country.
You heard a Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Kujetu Ablakwa. Now, the Ministry of National Security has refuted reports implicating its officials in the alleged abduction of Sylvia Ba, the manager of Emirates Airlines at Kotoka International Airport. Mrs. Ba, who was reported missing, was subsequently reunited with her family over the weekend. The ministry further stated that no officer from the ministry or the National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, was involved in the alleged abduction as claimed by the Herald newspaper. It also announced that investigations into the case are being intimidated. The government has finally washed its hands off the controversial Saglemi housing project. According to the Minister for Works and Housing and MP for Fwasi Airebi Kujopon Nkrumah, the project has been handed over to a private developer for financing and completion. Let's have a listen to the minister.
Excellency, this brings to a total 3,736 homes, excluding the Pokwasi Affordable Housing Project. 3,736 homes, excluding the Pokwasi Affordable Housing Project. And in doing this, we have not left to rot the stalled projects which we inherited. We are currently completing the Adenta State Housing Flats, and we've also handed over the Saglemi stalled units to the selected private partner to finance and to complete. In line with our philosophy and in consonance with the housing policy, we have resolved that moving forward, government should resort to a comprehensive PPP framework to holistically address challenges in the housing market. This framework targets both the demand side and the supply side, and it creates an enabling environment for private sector participation while ensuring affordability for prospective homeowners. And the overall goal is to significantly reduce the housing deficit in the shortest possible time.
Meanwhile, Vice President and flag bearer of the governing NPP, Dr. Alhaji Bawumia, has accused the NDC government of abandoning the country's housing sector between 2009 and 2016. According to him, the government since 2017 has commissioned over 1,000 housing units across the country. Speaking during the inauguration of the TDC's affordable houses phases 1 to 3 here in Accra, Dr. Bawumia accused the NDC of completing only 12 state houses in 8 years.
TDC didn't complete a unit when they were there. When you look at state housing, and the last government, 8 years, they only did 12 houses. 12. 8 years, state housing, 12 houses. We have done over 1,000 houses in state housing alone, over 1,000 in TDC. So you cannot, it's not even close. I mean, when the comparison is not close. You know, you are talking about elephants versus nkokon kitting. It's not even close. It's not close, isn't it? Yes. So the comparison is in there. We are way far ahead of them. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look ahead, let us remain steadfast in our resolve to address the housing deficit.
And that was NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahamudu Bamia. Before we go, residents of Bola Top at Agbebloshi are counting their losses after fire ravaged the area last night. A visit to the area revealed that some of the residents have already begun putting up makeshift structures against the warning by authorities to vacate the area. We'll bring you more on this development in subsequent bulletins, but that will be it for this morning's bulletin. There's more news when you log on to starfm.com.gh. I am Nurein Abass. Many thanks for your company.